What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ty from Ty Drives, and this is a 2025 Kia Sorento plug-in hybrid, and we're going to be taking this thing for a test drive today. Now we're going to do a quick overview before we get it out on the road here. Nice front styling with your typical Kia Tiger Nose grille, and this is an SX Prestige trim, so this is the top trim that you can get on any Sorento. So very nicely fully loaded up. We have mineral blue paint and dust blue Napa leather interior, so really cool color combination on this car too. We have 19-inch wheels on this one, 360 cameras, nice roof rails, big large panoramic sunroof, and nice styling on this car, especially once you come towards the rear. I like that little fin in kind of chrome back there. It kind of breaks everything up a little bit. This particular sticker price is $54,985, so just slotting below that $55,000 mark. And you can drive around 30 miles on full electric. Now your gas tank's on the driver's side. Connection for the electric components are on the passenger side. And I think it's a pretty good looking vehicle myself. I actually really like the Sorento because I think it's a great size vehicle. It's just big enough to have a third row seat, but it's not like an overbearingly large SUV. Of course, we have the power trunk, and one of the sides of the third row seats is folded up, so you can see how much room there is behind the third row and behind the second row. We can even fold down the second row seats from back here. We have a 12-volt power outlet too. All LED lights on the outside of this car. We have a rear view camera mirror up top too. And take a look at that blue Napa leather interior. Very cool looking. In the rear, heated rear seats, sunshades, cup holders, 12-speaker Bose audio system. And it's super easy to get into the third row seats. All you need to do is click this little button here and it'll slide forward, and in you go to the third row seats. Not extremely roomy back here, but it does have some nice amenities, USB chargers and some storage back there too. Now hopping in quick to the second row of seats, we have air vents, USB-C chargers, and even a household outlet back here too, and a huge panoramic roof. And let's hop inside, where we have memory seats, power folding mirrors, power child locks. Really a nice amount of amenities. Actually, before I hop in, I wanted you to see these seats. Just a gorgeous attention to detail on the seats. We even have four-way lumbar and power thigh extensions, so that's awesome. And let's hop in. Lower down the AC a little bit. Very hot day today. And now we could see the inside of this Sorento. I'm going to put this forward so we have the rear view camera mirror up while we're driving, and nice long dashboard with the double screen setup. Looks really nice. We even have paddle shifters. Pretty cool looking shifter too to put it in the drive. Heated and cooled seats, you know, heated steering wheel, all that good stuff. So what do you say we buckle up, safety first, and take the Sorento for a test drive? All right, so here we are on the road with the Sorento plug-in. On our way to our first test, I'll kind of explain our test drive route here. So we're going to take a main road first, just so we could kind of see what it's like at somewhat higher speeds, not quite highway speeds, but hopefully 45-50 miles an hour. And for the remainder of the test drive, we'll have it on a nice New England back road, where we can test out the acceleration, the handling, the suspension, and all that good stuff. So we'll get a full knowledge on the Sorento plug-in hybrid by the end of this video here. Off we go. As you can see, we have the very cool kind of turn signal mirror, I guess, or turn signal camera, I guess you could say, it pops up. So as soon as you activate the turn signals, you get a nice little camera for either side in the gauge cluster. So very cool with that. But yeah, initial impressions is definitely a very comfortable vehicle to drive. You could barely notice the transition between full electric and electric with the gasoline engine. It's very, very seamless. Other than the very slight whir of the gasoline engine, you really can't tell all that much. Now, there's a bunch of different gauge cluster views that you can get, but I think this is actually the coolest one. It's almost like kind of like a retro-inspired gauge cluster with the red needle for your speedometer, and then kind of like the needle for your charge, eco driving, and then power right there. So that's pretty cool. Well, it seems like there's an 18-wheeler leading the line of traffic, so we're not going to hit the speeds that I had hoped to. But, you know, up at 40 miles an hour. Yeah, it's very quiet and comfortable in here, I have to say. You can definitely feel that this car is a little bit heavier than the regular, you know, gasoline-powered Sorento. But, you know, with weight comes with a little bit better kind of, I guess you could say, ride quality. So we're going to put this into our sport mode, and we're going to do an acceleration. And if nobody turns in behind us here, we will get it from a dig. We'll kind of do a 0 to 60 test, so it looks like we'll be good. Oh, there's somebody behind us. So what we'll do is we'll get it to 25 miles an hour and floor the throttle, see how fast we can get up to speed. Here we go. Quick brake test right after. Actually a pretty impressive and smooth acceleration. Now we do have a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder under the hood, along with our electric help from the plug-in hybrid setup. 6-speed automatic, and also all-wheel drive is standard, so that's pretty cool. And we can take it back out of the sport mode there, put it back into eco. All right, and through the road work we are, and caught behind a school bus. So you never know what's going to happen here on our test drives, but a little bit of a more bumpy road here, so we really get to kind of test out the ride quality, and overall very comfortable suspension setup, I have to say. I wish we had a bit more charge in our battery here, but it's kind of switching back and forth between having the gasoline engine on and off. But for the most part, it seems like we're using mostly electric power, because you can see there's a little EV icon pop up there if the gasoline engine is off, so that's pretty nice. And we are getting the slightest bit of regen braking from, you know, letting off the throttle and also hitting the brake pedal. But it really is a pretty enjoyable car to drive around in these back roads. Another thing I wanted to point out is the driver's seat here. You know, very, very customizable, as you saw earlier, and also very comfortable too. I feel like I could take this car on a long trip and not have any issues with comfort. since both the suspension and the seats are very comfortable. Now, the gasoline engine is also very quiet. So again, like as I said before, you really don't know that it's on other than the whirring of the gasoline engine being on. But you know, it's very, very quiet. Lots of sound deadening material under the hood too to keep that engine noise out. Very nice traffic sign recognition. You could see 25 miles per hour, the road we're on, and also it popped up that there was a stop sign coming up, so that's pretty cool. It also keeps a lot of the road noise out too, so you really can't hear a whole lot from the tires or oncoming traffic. So it's overall a very quiet vehicle. And that pretty much does it for the quick walk around and POV test drive of the 2025 Kia Sorento plug-in hybrid. Make sure you check out our full features tour right down here, should be popping up for you. And we'll catch you next time in our future videos.